all like little bits and pieces of it on like the blogs and stuff like that. So I finally
throw it. Oh, you need it?
Yeah. I finally saw, like, I watched the live. I went on YouTube and on this one blog, and they had like they had showed the live that her daughter had did. So when I get what some people are saying, but everybody like some mothers and daughters have that weird like dynamic between them too, and it's always gonna be friction. And I feel like it's different. It's worse because Tommy is everyone knows her. Everybody knows her kids. Everybody knows her situation. I'm not saying that Tommy was right. I'm not saying her daughter was right. I just feel like if that's just something that should be handled off of camera. A lot of stuff that she said she went through was kind of messed up. Like her uncle putting his hands on her, dragging her out the house. Her mom and her aunt trying to force her to get an abortion. And like, it's a lot.
You don't think that's really what girls go through, like families go through?
No, it's sometimes worse than that. I know some girls that their parents find out they're pregnant, they kick them out, and right then and there. Like, my little sister had my niece when she was 17. She got pregnant when she was 16. And it wasn't easy for her. Like, messing up. So, I know it can be a lot. I know it can be hard. And sometimes people feel like, when a girl gets pregnant at a young age, I mean, she's never going to be nothing. I know my one sister, God rest her soul, Tanisha, she had my oldest nephew when she was young, and they told her she wasn't going to finish school, she wasn't going to do this, that, and the other. Before she passed away, my sister was doing so well. I mean, but all three of her boys were being raised the right way. She had her own daycare business. Like, she was so loving and giving. And I think that's when people automatically think, oh, you have a baby at a young age, your life is over. That's not the case. If you're raised the right way and you see your mom doing right, you're going to pick up what you see from her, and you're going to know what to do and what not to do. It was a school that my sister went to when she was pregnant. It's called Captain Ferguson. It was a school for pregnant girls, so they can graduate and still get their diploma. So it was just, I mean, it depends on the situation and the relationship with the mother, how it was before she even got pregnant. Because if you don't get along with your mom prior to that, she's automatically going to jump out the deep end when she finds out you're pregnant. And it's messed up because there's a lot of girls that end up in messed up situations because they get pregnant at a young age and their mom or their family put them out and disown them. And they don't know what else to do but turn to the streets or turn to a dude. And then that starts a cycle. Mm-hmm. And it's messed up. And it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to reverse it, but if you do the work, you can reverse it. Like, I don't know. I think, what was it? Tayo got pregnant with my nephew when she was in college. So she had already graduated and started doing her own thing. She was grown out of my mom's house. Me, I had got pregnant once at a young age, and I had a miscarriage. And then I got pregnant with Trenton. I didn't think I could have kids at all. I think I am the last person of my mother and father kids to get pregnant. I probably will be the last one because ain't nobody else popping out no kids. We all older than 25 and up. It's cutoff time. No more kids.
Do you have any advice for a young girl that's probably got pregnant or pregnant now?
Honestly,
and her family has turned against her?
It's a lot of resources out there. Like when I was pregnant with Trenton, even though I was older, like I was still homeless. I had to go stay in a Catholic residential home, and it's like a shelter, but they only house like 4 girls at a time, and they let you stay there for up to a year after you have the baby. But at first people was like, oh, why are you going there? You got your people. My people wouldn't let me come stay with them. Like everybody was like, no. But honestly, I feel like that was God, because when I went into that, like I came out on top. I had a job at a Fortune 500 company making more money than my mom and my sisters. Then somebody donated a brand new car to me. I was able to get my driver's license back, get myself together and closer to God. So in the end, it kind of played out in my favor. You got to be able to want to have better and do better. And if you're not trying to do better and you always making excuses and you blame it on everybody else, you got to sometimes take responsibility and say, okay, I want to do this and I want to change that. Because if you don't have that mindset, you're going to be stuck. You're not going to get further. I had to change my state of mind because I thought everybody don't care about me. Don't nobody want to see me do better. I had to want to see myself do better. And that's why now, like a lot of times I find myself getting discouraged. And it was times when I wanted to give up. I was like, I don't need to have a child. I need to just put him up for adoption. But as I got further along in my pregnancy, I started like growing more and more fond of it and getting more and more excited. And when I found out it was a boy, I was really happy. Mm-hmm.
So I think me and you had a discussion before where people don't know your story. You just mentioned that you were homeless. So when people say mean things about your room or different things like that, like, how does that make you feel, though?
It kind of pissed me. It makes me mad at first, but then again, I think about these are people that don't know nothing about me. They don't know me from a kid. They just know me through an app, and they see me out in the public sometimes. I went maybe, about, I want to say almost 4 months going from house to house, room to room, with literally just stuff I can carry. So me having my own space, that's something I cherish. A lot of people think, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. To be able to come and go as I please or be comfortable in my own house, that's a lot to me. It's something that people take for granted. And I know people going to say what they want to say. They're going to think what they want to think. They're going to dog my room and my tapestry. But at the end of the day, that's my peace. That's where I go to, like, just relax and be with my child and my cat and just chill. It was so long that I went, like, when I was pregnant, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't even think I was going to be a good mother at all, because people kept telling me, you don't need no kids, you don't have this, you don't have that. And at that time, I didn't have anything. A car, a job.
Same here.
I didn't have I was dancing on and off, and once I got pregnant, I had got so sick I couldn't do anything. So I literally lost everything. So from going from that, what was that, like 7 years ago, to where I'm at now, they can say whatever they want, but it pissed me off because it's people that just nitpick and say stuff just to be saying stuff. And it's like, if I go and change my room around, they still gonna be like, oh, your bed not made, or your sheets don't match, or that pillow ain't got no pillowcase on it. It's always gonna be something. So I had to put in my mind, like, even when you're doing good, it's gonna be something. Somebody gonna find something. They gonna say my toenail polish is chipped, or my closure is lifted, or my lips is chapped. It's gonna be something. So I just had to. And that day that all that happened, I was going through a lot. Like, it was an emotional day. That had made like 2 years that I had lost my little cousin to lupus. She was only like 24 years old. And I literally was leaving from my aunt's house, her mom, and going back home when I saw all those comments. So I was already like in my feelings, and I just like let it out. And it didn't make it no better, because when I said one thing, and it was like a wave of stuff coming. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to bed. And I was like, I don't want to do no more videos in my room. I'm straight. Because it's not even worth it. Like, no matter what, y'all gonna have something to say. So I kind of just let it go. And like you said, they don't know me. They don't know my story. They don't know what I went through and how far I've come. Because the old Juicy or Tiffany, oh no, it would have been a problem. Y'all would have been like, what are you doing? I'll be like, just, you my alibi. I was with you on this night at this time. Say it with me.